Welcome back to Into the Paradox, everyone. I'm your host, Peter, and today we're diving into a tale that's, quite frankly, out of this world, or perhaps beneath it. With me today is Anastasia, our resident historian and researcher, to help us unravel the incredible claims surrounding Admiral Richard Byrd and his legendary Antarctic expeditions. Anastasia, thanks for being here.
It's always a pleasure, Peter. And honestly, when you brought up Admiral Byrd, I knew we were in for a wild ride. This isn't just a historical account, it's a journey into the realms of myth, science fiction, and some truly compelling whispers.
Absolutely. Admiral Byrd, for those who might not know, was an American naval officer and pioneering aviator and explorer. A decorated war hero, he led multiple expeditions to the Arctic and Antarctic, making him one of the most celebrated polar explorers in history. He was a man of science, a man of record, right? So how does someone like that become the centerpiece of such an extraordinary, almost fantastical narrative?
That's precisely the paradox, isn't it? Byrd was a meticulous record keeper, a stickler for detail, and his early expeditions were all about pushing the boundaries of known geography. He was about mapping, about scientific discovery. He was the first to fly over the South Pole, a monumental achievement. So when tales began to surface about his secret diary and a journey not just over, but into the Earth, it naturally raised eyebrows and ignited imaginations.
So let's set the scene. We're talking about a specific expedition, right? This wasn't just any trip to the pole. It was reportedly a very deep venture into the unknown, driven by some unexplainable pull.
Exactly. The narrative often centers around a particular expedition where Byrd and his crew ventured deeper into the Antarctic than anyone before. The story goes that they were drawn by this almost magnetic, inexplicable pull towards an expansive, ice-free valley. Imagine that, in the middle of a frozen continent, an ice-free valley.
That alone is enough to get your attention, right? An anomaly. And what he supposedly found there, it's just mind-bending. A hidden world beneath the icy crust, a green oasis teeming with life under a mysterious twilight glow. Sounds like something straight out of a Jules Verne novel.
It absolutely does, but the account doesn't stop there. His journal, supposedly, bore witness to these astonishing findings. He described strange glowing flora unlike any known to man that pulsed with alien energy, and then the creatures. Both of the sky and land moving with an intelligence and grace that left him awestruck. We're not talking about penguins and seals anymore, are we?
No, certainly not. This sounds like an entirely different ecosystem, completely isolated. But then, it gets even more surreal. The most startling discovery, according to these accounts, was a city of gleaming crystal structures humming with an energy beyond human comprehension.
And this is where the Agathans come into the picture. These are the supposed inhabitants of this inner world, described as having pale skin reflecting the moonlight, their eyes mirrors of liquid silver. They're portrayed as an ancient civilization, living in harmony with the Earth's core, a sanctuary from the destructive tendencies of the surface world.
So Byrd, a man of science and reason, finds himself face to face with beings from what essentially amounts to another dimension. He must have been questioning everything he knew.
Absolutely. The narrative emphasizes this internal conflict for Byrd. He was a man deeply rooted in empirical evidence, and suddenly he's confronted with a reality that shatters all his preconceived notions. The Agathans, according to the story, explain their ancestors' retreat to the Earth's interior, a choice made because humanity wasn't ready for the knowledge they held.
And they showed him things, right? Technologies beyond imagination, energy sources that we can only dream of.
Precisely. They reveal hidden truths about the Earth's history, secrets that the surface world was not yet ready to know. And perhaps most critically, they issued a warning. A warning about humanity's unquenchable ambition and the potential chaos it could unleash. It's a classic trope, isn't it? The advanced civilization warning the less advanced one about its destructive path.
It definitely is. And it makes you wonder about the implications. If this were true, what kind of technology are we talking about? What kind of history? What secrets could be so profound that humanity isn't ready for them?
Well, the stories don't give us specific blueprints, unfortunately, but they hint at a complete paradigm shift. Imagine energy sources that don't deplete resources, or a history of our planet that completely rewrites our understanding of our origins and evolution. It's truly mind-boggling to consider.
So, Byrd's encounter was fleeting. He saw this world, received this knowledge and warning, and then he returned to the surface, and he kept silent. He was bound by a promise to the Agathans, carrying this immense truth, knowing the world wasn't ready.
That's the crux of the legend. He returned, his mind spinning, his journal filled with cryptic notes and sketches, but he remained silent, forever changed but unable to share what he'd experienced. It's a heavy burden to carry, knowing something so fundamental about reality that you can't speak of it.
And that silence, that choice, is what makes the story so compelling, isn't it? It leaves so much to the imagination. What if? What if he really did see these things?
Precisely, and it fits perfectly into the broader Hollow Earth theory. This idea isn't new, it's been around for centuries in various forms, from ancient myths about underworlds to more scientific-sounding theories in the 17th and 18th centuries. Think Edmund Halley, the astronomer, suggesting the Earth was made of concentric shells. So, Byrd's alleged discovery provides a modern, real-world validation for those who believe of this ancient concept.
Right, so it's not just a standalone story, it's a piece in a much larger puzzle of esoteric beliefs and theories. The Hollow Earth concept itself is fascinating. What are some of the core ideas behind it, beyond just there's a hole in the pole?
Well, historically, it often ties into ideas of lost civilizations, advanced beings, or even a paradise hidden away from humanity's destructive tendencies. Some versions propose inner suns, lush ecosystems, and even different physics. Byrd's account, with its green oasis and glowing flora, really leans into that Edenic hidden paradise aspect.
So how does this story, with all its fantastical elements, gain traction? I mean, we're talking about a highly respected figure, yet the claims are so extraordinary. Why do people gravitate towards this particular legend?
I think it taps into a fundamental human desire for wonder and the unknown. In a world that feels increasingly mapped and understood, the idea that there are still profound mysteries, especially right beneath our feet, is incredibly alluring. And when you attach it to a real-life decorated explorer, it gives it a veneer of credibility that makes it even more captivating. It makes you ask, what if?
And the fact that Byrd was a military man, an admiral, adds to that. It's not some fringe conspiracy theorist, it's a figure of authority and respect. Although, to be fair, the secret diary itself has been widely debated and its authenticity questioned by mainstream historians.
Absolutely, and that's an important distinction. From a strict historical perspective, there's no official record or corroborating evidence from Byrd's actual naval archives to support these claims. The diary entries often cited are considered apocryphal by many scholars. Yet the story persists, thriving in alternative history circles and among those who are open to the idea of hidden realities.
So it's more of a modern myth, born out of a fascination with the unknown and maybe a bit of distrust towards official narratives. It's like they wouldn't tell us if it were true, would they?
Exactly that. There's an underlying current of the truth is out there that these stories tap into, and the polar regions, especially Antarctica, have always held a certain mystique. They're vast, largely unexplored, and incredibly harsh, making them perfect backdrops for tales of hidden worlds and ancient secrets. The unexplainable magnetic pull towards the ice-free valley, the eerie silence, these details really build the atmosphere.
It paints such a vivid picture. You can almost feel the Antarctic wind, then the sudden, profound quiet. It's brilliant storytelling, whether it's factual or not. And this idea of humanity's unquenchable ambition and potential chaoses, that message resonates even today, doesn't it?
It's timeless, really. The notion that an advanced civilization might view our surface world as chaotic or destructive and that they've chosen to seclude themselves is a powerful commentary on our own society. It makes you think about what we value, what we prioritize, and what potential paths we might be overlooking.
So, in a way, the legend of Admiral Byrd and the Agathans serves as a cautionary tale, but also one of hope. Hope that there's more to discover, more to learn, but also a warning about our own actions.
Precisely, it offers both a grander vision of existence and a mirror reflecting our own flaws. Whether you believe in a literal hollow earth or not, the story of Admiral Byrd forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge and to consider what might lie beyond the veil of our current understanding. It certainly marked him, turning him into a figure of myth and legend, his tales whispered among those who dared to believe in the impossible.
And that's why we keep talking about it, isn't it? Because it touches upon something primal within us, the desire for wonder, for meaning, for secrets yet untold. Admiral Byrd's journey, real or imagined, reminds us that the world, even in its most remote corners, still holds profound mysteries. Anastasia, this has been absolutely fascinating. Thank you for shedding light on this incredible paradox.
My pleasure, Peter. It's a story that continues to captivate, and for good reason. It challenges our perception of reality and keeps the spirit of exploration, both outward and inward, alive.
Indeed. And to our listeners, we hope this dive into the legend of Admiral Byrd and the Hollow Earth has given you something to ponder. Perhaps the world isn't as solid as we think. Until next time on Into the Paradox, keep questioning, Keep exploring and keep your minds open.